We're group 7 and our lower grade level is 2nd grade. Our TEKS are 2.8C, geometry and measurement. The student applies mathematical process standards to analyze attributes of 2-dimensional shapes and 3-dimensional solids to develop generalizations about their properties. The student is expected to classify and sort polygons with 12 or fewer sides according to attributes, including identifying the number of sides and the number of vertices. The materials we're using are the pattern blocks, which we have here, the pattern block cards, which we have right here, and the response worksheets that we printed out. The objective is students will use geometric pattern blocks to create bigger patterns and shapes, then be able to identify the number of sides and what shapes they used. I'm Miss Holman, and this is my student Nikki, and we're gonna do the teaching part of our lesson plan. So the guided practice and instruction, we're gonna use the pattern blocks. So the teacher will introduce the shapes. Today we're gonna use the colored pattern blocks to create bigger pictures that I have here for you. And while we do that, we are gonna distinguish what shapes are what and how many sides they have. So that way you can recognize these shapes without the colors. So, what shape do you think this is? Remember, count the sides.
Orange.
What shape is it?
I'm sorry if your shirt was orange. A square.
Okay, remember it has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 equal angles, and they're all what kind of angles?
Equal.
What's the name of the angle? Are they obtuse, acute, or right?
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay, what shape do you think this is? Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Octagon?
Okay, remember, how many sides does an octagon have?
6.
Okay, an octagon, you gotta remember, it means it has 8 sides. This one doesn't have 8 sides. This one looks kind of like a stop sign.
I think it's a hexagon.
Correct. Okay, let's do this one. Has how many sides?
4.
Okay, and how many vertices?
4.
Okay, what do you think it is?
A diamond?
It could be a diamond, that's another name for it because of its shape, but if you tilt it over, it has 4 equal sides.
A trapezoid?
And they're both parallel.
Parallelogram.
Correct. Okay, let's do this one.
A triangle.
Yes, and remember it has 3 equal sides and 3 equal vertices. Now we have this one.
A diamond?
It's also considered a diamond. It's another word for it, but the proper word, do you know it?
A parallelogram?
It is a parallelogram if you tilt it over to its side, but we're looking at it up and down. How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a rhombus.
Correct. Okay. Now the last shape we have here is this one.
That has to be a trapezoid.
Yes, remember it has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the top and the bottom are parallel, which means they will never cross each other. Okay, so now we can pick a shape that we can do together before I send you off by yourself.
I start on you?
Yes. like you to pick the shapes that belong there. What kind of shape was that?
Hexagon.
And the one in your hand?
A square.
Good job. What kind of shape is that?
This one?
Yes.
A rhombus.
Good job. And that one?
A parallelogram.
Yes.
Did I do it right?
Well, let's see. I noticed that you put a rhombus where these go. These are two different shapes, but with together they do make a rhombus, but it's not the correct shape.
Okay. So it always has to be the correct one.
Yes. Kind of like a puzzle. But it's also good that you pointed that out because two triangles would fit.
And make a rhombus.
Yes. Okay, and also I noticed that you put, what's this?
A hexagon.
Okay, and what are those?
A trapezoid. But I saw that it made like the shape of it.
Yes, so that's another one. Like the two triangles made the rhombus, two trapezoids could make a hexagon.
Oh, okay, I see that.
So we could put a hexagon there, but the puzzle's asking for what?
Two trapezoids.
Correct. Okay. Now we're going to count how many shapes of each we used. So right here we have all the shapes. So what is this? Today you made a what? What does it look like?
A dog.
A dog?
An animal.
Yeah, you made an animal.
A rabbit.
Yes, correct. See the ears. Okay, and so what shape is this?
A triangle.
So how many of these did you use on your pattern block card?
1, 2, 2.
Good job. And this?
1, 2 square.
So you use two squares. Now, what about this? What is this?
A rhombus.
Okay, how many rhombuses did you use?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you sure?
No,
you
these
count?
don't look the same.
Yeah, count them again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so. And what about this one?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So 4 parallelograms. And what shape is this?
A trapezoid.
So how many trapezoids did you use on your?
1, 2, 3.
Good job. So write 3. And what about your hexagons? How many did you use?
Just 1.
Okay. And so how many shapes in all are there? Can you count all the shapes? I had how many shapes in all?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
So yes. So write 15 there. So you used 15 shapes in all to make your rabbit. Okay. So now you have those numbers down. Remember how we discussed in class a few weeks ago how to tally? Okay, you remember what tallies are. So here we're going to tally how many shapes we used.
Okay.
So you're going to match your shapes. You have them listed here and you have them on your paper. So you use 2 triangles. So where are the triangles on your paper? Okay, so up here you're going to tally how many you used. So there's 2, so tally 2. Are you sure that's how you tally?
No. How do you tally?
Tally, you're using your stick figures.
Oh, okay.
You would put your total here, but you're tallying right here.
Okay, so my total is here?
Yes.
And then the stick figures.
Yeah.
1, 2, like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's 2 tallies. That means you have 2 triangles. Okay, let's do the next one. Which one's that?
A square.
And where's the square? And how many squares did you use?
1, 2.
So you would put
2.
Okay, now which one's next?
The rhombus.
Yes. Where's the rhombus?
Right here.
Okay, so how many rhombuses did you use?
4. 1, 2.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, I got confused. It's
okay.
3. They look the same, but I used 3 rhombuses.
Good job. Okay, now the next one is?
The parallelogram.
It looks different because they're facing different ways, but they are the same. So how many parallelograms did you use?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now write your total. And then the trapezoids.
1, 2, 3, 3.
And what's left? The last one.
This one, right? The hexagon?
Yes.
1 and then 1.
Okay. Good job. Now, you see the shapes are here. They're in colors, but now we're going to make a bar graph. So using this information that you just recorded, you don't need this one anymore. You just transferred your information. Using the information you got, you're going to color in these boxes how many. So how many?
I color each of the rhombus. Okay.
So how many did you use for the rhombus?
3.
Okay, so how many boxes would you color here?
Not counting this one.
Not counting that one.
1, 2, 3.
Good job. So let's get the color of the rhombus, which was the blue. And now you're going to color to make your bar graph.
And I color it all?
Yes. Good job. Okay, so what shape do we have next?
The triangle.
Okay. And that one is
Green.
green. So how many of the triangle did you use to make your bunny rabbit?
2.
So you would color how many boxes?
2.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. The next one, they were white. So we can outline it in maybe a gray, just so we know. So how many of those did you use of the parallelograms?
1, 4. Like this?
Yes.
2, 3.
Perfect. Okay, and the next shape?
The square. This orange.
Okay. How many did you use of those?
1, 2. Just 2. Supposed to color it in.
Yes.
I forgot. I got confused with the parallelogram.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, the next one is what?
Trapezoid.
Yes. And how many of those did you use?
3.
Okay, and what is the next shape called?
Octagon.
Are you sure? Remember?
Hexagon.
Okay, good job.
Hexagon has 6 sides.
And how many does an octagon have?
8.
Good job.
That one is the hardest shape.
Has the most sides.
Yes, and I've only got 1 octagon. Hexagon.
Perfect. Okay, so now you have your bar graph. And this is how the end of our guided practice. Now the students will do the independent practice where they will each get a pattern block card and basically do the same exact thing and be able to compare their charts with their neighbors.